Assalamu alaikum, people. Well, it's cold. It's raining out here today, but hey, alhamdulillah. Hey, I just want to get on here and just give a reminder to the brothers and sisters that you guys got to be mindful, of your phones. Be mindful if you talking about something, especially you out there delving in something you don't need to be delving off into. I don't care if it's a CPN. I don't care if it's a fake money move. I don't care if you're going to buy a dime bag of weed or anything like that, man. You guys got to come up with a better way to try to, communicate certain things on this telephone. If you're not talking to your family, or you're not talking to your girl, you're not talking to your husband, or you're not talking to whoever, I advise people not to talk to anything, any type of code that's criminal, because you're going to get caught up. I was reading, on the confidential informants, and I try to study stuff. I try to study it. I try to dissect certain things. The only thing I can't really dissect, man, is the time frame, like the 2003, because I was still locked up when dudes. Now, 2003, some dudes went to jail in 2003. I don't know who that was, because I was still in jail, and stuff like that. I don't know what cases dudes got caught over there with or anything like that. But it's one person that I believe I know who that is. I'm not for sure, but I'm still digging off into it, and that's confidential number 3. Confidential number 3, he been working ever since we was kids. Whoever this dude is, he probably got a big ass house, a pension, cars. He probably got paid, millions and millions of dollars just to hang out in the hood, smoke, drink, gamble, sell weed, all that type of stuff. The perks that come with that type of stuff. So this dude, he probably just got this. He probably all the way out the way, or because they made him retire. If you read, the paperwork, the federal government was like, "Hey, man, you got to get up out of here, man. You've been giving information on that hood and other hoods, man, for 2 and 3 decades." So they made that dude retire, bro. That's incredible when the federal government make a confidential informant to retire. They probably forced him to retire. He probably seen that this was probably going to be his biggest score, his last score. I don't know what their perks is. I don't know if they get bonuses. I don't know what it is. But whatever it is that certain dudes do go and flip. I know certain dudes flip because they have cases, and sometimes the cases disappear. Hey, that's just what that is. Sometimes dudes get lower amount on their time. But I'm gonna tell you like this, man. If you was dealing with Big U in 2000, from 2018, 19 until 2024 when he got arrested, 2025 when he got arrested, they got conversation of you, man. And they might have conversation of you, maybe nothing, and it may be something else. So if you was out there doing what you was doing and all that type of stuff, man, you got to understand, if you told him your business and he repeated it to somebody else, they own you. If you was up there making any type of deals or using any type of code or anything like that, they own you. So this is what I said, man. I don't know what the domino effect going to be. I truly believe it's going to be some superseding indictments or some other, probably RICOs or other crews and stuff like that stem from this. You got to understand, man, Big U is the tree, right? Everything else is the branches. Everything else is the branches. Anything coming from Big U phone is the branches. So if you get caught up in that branch, you know where that come from. You know that stem from. So you know who you are. I know you brothers be watching. I know you brothers pay attention. I know you brothers probably over there, y'all scared or something like that, man. But understand this. Even if you change your phone number, they're going to get another court order and tap that phone. If you hot, you hot. You may get away with it like a couple of days before they get the warrant, but they're going to get it again. So the thing is this, man. It's like, it does take a rocket science, man, to figure out certain things. You know how to read, you know how to comprehend, because a lot of people, they be getting mad and be like, what about this and what about that? I can tell you this right here, bro. And I'm going to tell you, this is my last time telling everybody. That case doesn't stem from the internet. The only thing that stems from the internet is loose cannon, validating what they already knew. Now, he's a dummy for that. So he put himself in a situation trying to be hard, trying to be tough, and all that kind of stuff, and trying to be from somewhere where he never was from. That's what happened with him. But other than that, it's just like that. And I know that it's like a lot of brothers and sisters, man, they probably don't get why we do what we do. I do what I do, man, because I'm going to tell you like this, bro. It's a lot of brothers, man, from that section that got backdoored because they wasn't telling, right? They got jackets put on them because they was telling. And then we found out later on that they wasn't telling, and it was other dudes that was telling. It's a lot of injustice that went on in that section, man, to me. So the reason I report on it is because I believe that dudes cannot sit there and speculate on certain things and certain situations and things of that nature, because a lot of brothers been harmed and took away from this realm of existence because dudes was all up in their feelings. And a lot of times, man, a lot of individuals, man, from not just that section, but all the section, you guys sweep stuff up under the rug. Does it make it right? No. Do the gang culture condone it? Yes, they do condone that type of behavior, bro. You know, the gang culture condone the behavior where you have to shut up, and even though that it was wrong, you got to be quiet and all that type of shit, man. So that's what a lot of the gang culture, it does that. And, you know, dudes still have that mentality, bro. You know, even dudes in my generation, you know, and dudes in the next generation after that, they believe that, you know, you's a buster and you a punk if you go against the wrong. Well, me, I don't care, man. I don't subscribe to the gang culture anymore. I don't subscribe to the politics of the United States ghettos. I don't subscribe to that. I tell a dude in a minute, you come mess with me, I'm going to handle my business, and I'm going to use your enemy, your ultimate enemy, against you. That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to tell you like this, bro. What these dudes do is, bro, these dudes call themselves gangsters, call themselves hustlers, call themselves thugs, and call themselves all these type of individuals, bro. But they behind the doors, behind the scenes, they telling, bro. They telling. They using the same people that they scared of, bro, to take you down, bro. Because if they scared of you, bro, they gonna let these people know that you're the potential problem. And they may lie on you about a whole lot of things, bro. So that's just what that is, man. But this paperwork, man, I don't know if everybody got it or stuff like that. I hear certain narratives about WAC 100 and paid the boy Dale Morrison. That's a lie, bro. We have the paperwork, bro. So, you know, and I understand, man, dudes get mad and dudes lie on dudes because dudes be in their feelings. You know what gets me, man? With dudes be hollering, they be so super tough and super hard and stuff like that. But they'll sit there and they'll lie and they'll run a narrative. I mean, they will lie, bro. They'll sit there and be mad at you. They'll be in their feelings and they will lie on you, you know, just to make the internet look good or make your hood look good or something like that. They will lie on a person and say, oh man, this dude did this, this dude did that. You know, he the one did this, he the one did that, and they haven't done anything, bro. But this is the way of the culture, the gang culture. The gang culture been like this for years, bro. Dudes be lying, telling, man. Dudes will lie, dudes will lie on you. They'll run with a narrative and they'll try to get everybody to believe that you're doing something that you haven't done, right? Now, don't get me wrong, man. I see dudes, man, irregardless that if I don't, say for instance, like me and Big U, I do not care for him, bro. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you or nothing like that. But one thing I'm not going to do, I don't never lie on the brother, man. You know, irregardless of what's going on. Dudes will tell me, like, be asking me certain things about him. I tell them the truth, you know, straight up. You know, I tell them, like, dude, when you would have caught me, him, and certain brothers over there in our section, in our era, bro, you was going to have a problem, you know. And I'm going to tell you, man, that you just because, you know, he's up in age and all that type of stuff, that don't mean that he's soft. That don't mean that he's a punk or anything like that. You get wiser. You get more wiser and you get mature. The only thing he didn't get mature about was his movement, meaning that he was still moving like he was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, man, dealing with certain things. So, but other than that, you can't take nothing away from anybody, bro, that, you know, been there and done that. And, you know, and like I said, the 9 times out of 10, the majority of the people that don't understand is the people that's not part of that, was part of that generation. These brothers don't know me. They really don't know him. They don't know nobody in that generation. I don't care what section you from, what hood you from. You probably got older homies, older than you, you know, the youngsters. You guys don't know how these dudes was or nothing like that. But I'm going to be honest with you, though, about this, though. A lot of you brothers, man, and no disrespect to nobody, bro. A lot of you brothers that's coming up now or coming up just a little before and stuff like that, you guys wouldn't have made it back then, bro, for sure. Because I see how y'all move. I see dudes don't take care of themselves. They don't work out. They don't exercise. Everybody on drugs and stuff like that, man. You know, everybody, you know, want to run and get a gun and stuff like that. You get put in a certain situation, man, you get whooped out. You know, dudes always talking about running fades and stuff like that. When we was coming up, man, we catch you, bro, we going to whoop you out. You wasn't getting no fade. We were just going to whoop you out. So it's just like the culture has changed drastically, and I understand that. Has it changed for the better? Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's a lot of brothers, it's really not on that time anymore. You know, that gang activity, you have a few that's on that time, and you can tell it's starting to diminish. It's starting to diminish. And I also understand, man, that if you are a gang member in this day and time with technology, it's something mentally wrong with you, or you're alcoholic, you're a drug addict, or you just on the block and you have nothing else to do. You have no drive. You don't have nothing. So that is the state of the gang culture right now. But other than that, man, stay tuned. More information coming. Don't believe a lot of this stuff that's coming on the internet, man, because a lot of these dudes just run content, man, just because they be want to stir up, you know, this narrative, that narrative, this narrative, and they don't do their homework. It's like, I be hearing dudes like, oh, I got the work, it's 90 pages. Nah, bro, it's not 90 pages. It's way more than 90 pages. It's a bunch of pages. It's over almost 300 pages, bro. And if you don't got it, you don't got it. You're not doing your homework. You're not doing your proper research. There's nothing wrong with you going down there. You get Pacer to pull it up. There's nothing wrong with you going down there to the federal building and pull it up, man. It's just like you know, I don't know why brothers don't want to go and get certain things, man, because you can go get it, bro. It's public record. You can go get that stuff. I don't know, brothers be thinking that stuff is like a kryptonite to them or something like that. That means that you're still stuck in a mentality, brother, that you don't supposed to be stuck in. You people have a nice day. As always, being blessed. And as always, alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.